What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and this one's gonna make the interior for your refresh series. Church, I should probably go in there. That would be a good idea. Here it is. This one's focused mainly on the actual interior's kind of shape and overall feel, less than the detailing specifically within the furniture and stuff in it. But yeah, here's what it is. I don't really have a ton else to say about it. I mean, it's an interior. I don't know what you really want from me. And yeah, that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Alrighty, so the spacing with this is, well, I don't need any space. All I need is your refresh series church from probably yesterday. I don't know, I'm bad at math. You do need some materials. The only ones you need to start off are spruce planks, red wool, the bane of my existence, aka dark oak wood or or logs. It doesn't matter. I'll just get all logs because it's funny. Logs are usually preferred anyway because inventory, or because survival, I should say. Brick blocks, brick slabs, smooth quartz blocks. That's kind of important. One more. Give me one more. Come on, just one. Oh, smooth quartz slabs. That's true. And then we'll go spruce stairs and spruce slabs. Never mind. This is a very weird interior. So you want to start by coming inside, and don't mind the name tag. That's me. And you want to, whoopsies, you want to take one of the brick wall sides here, and we're just gonna start off by kind of making this little front room here, and you can bring each brick side back by 3, and then move them inward by, it should be 1. Yes, 1, which will leave you with a 3-block gap in the center. These corners aren't gonna end up being bricks, so I'm gonna tell you to bring the brick up. Just don't bring those corners up because those are gonna be stripped mangrove in a second here. So you're just gonna bring all the other brick up until it touches either terracotta or brick. It just depends. And then what you can do from there is, I'm gonna tell you to place spruce planks on the underside of that doorway there. Why is my explaining not working? I forgot how to word. But I also go on the underside of that doorway there, and then on the, what should be the, I believe, the 4th block up. Yes, the 4th block up of brick on either side, you can place an upside down brick slab, and then place a row of brick blocks a row above that, which will give you this, and then you'll have a little 3x3 gap above it, or what should be a 3x3, and that will just get filled in with more brick. So, essentially, the spruce planks, this little square in front of it, this wants to all be spruce planks. By the way, I might advise getting night vision because we're going to need it later. Especially if you're in Java, you're going to need it now. But Bedrock's a little weird, so. And you want to take those middle blocks of that doorway, which is 3 blocks, and you want to bring each of those spruce planks all the way to the back with red wool until you are basically under the smooth quartz. Technically, you don't have to go that far back, but I'm just going to tell you to do that because it's going to be easier in the long run. So when you're filling in the red wool, actually, you want to have it to the middle 3, and then 1 more to the left and 1 more to the right. So you'll have 5 rows of red wool like this. As you can see, I have made another little oopsie, which is always awesome and totally epic. And, yeah, and maybe something else that I don't know, actually, right now. But yeah, you want 5 rows of red, not 3, like I just told you. And then for the rest of the floor, it's going to be dark oak logs. And these dark oak logs are going to face towards the middle. So essentially, if you're placing rows, you're going to want to place it from the outer walls. I dislike this system, so I'm going to do some slash filling. And I'll show you how to do that. Now, I don't know the directions, so you're going to have to bear with me. Just, you know, corner, copy that coordinate, whatever. Which, by the way, the thing is in creator, because we actually found it one day. And the other corner, you'll go slash fill, then the tildes for your current position, copy. And then it's going to be dark oak, log, bracket, pillar axis. And for me, I don't know what it is for me. It's either going to be X or Z. So you got a 50-50 chance. I want to say, hold on, I can actually figure this out. Essentially, if you walk, like, across the front of the build, whatever coordinate moves when you do that is the number, or is the letter you want. So for me, it's X. And you need bracket, and then make sure you put keep at the end of that so it, you know, keeps your floor, because you kind of want that. Now, I am going to actually go outside to make sure, because that may have filled through the back, but I don't believe it will. It should have just been in line with the granite. Yeah, cool. I could have used the back door, but that's lame, I guess, and we like to be a little different here and use the front door to get to the back instead of the back door to get to the back. Anyway, you should have this now, which it looks nice and epic and awesome and cool, and I guess... So, you can get rid of your dark oak logs and your red wool, and I guess also get rid of brick block and brick slabs as you want to get out. Strip mangrove logs, I forgot what I was doing for a second there, that was weird. Oak logs, let me make sure I know the other materials. Oak slabs, and we'll call it, don't fall, controller, we'll call it oak planks. So, those corners of the middle thing that I mentioned, you want to replace those bottom bricks with strip mangrove logs and then bring them all the way up. Just like that. So, you want to essentially... It's going to get weird when you do this. Because the back wall is weird. So, we're going to ignore the back wall for a second. But... You want to take a majority of the left, majority of the right, and the entirety of the front wall, and just kind of line the bottom with smooth cores. So I'll kind of show you. Essentially, you know, it's the front wall there, and then when you're doing the side wall, you're going to want to stop after you have done 3 blocks behind the last window on the side, which is going to be this window here, and then you go 1, 2, 3, and you'll be 3 blocks away from the little doorway here as well, which is correct. And you don't want to actually go around that weird center thing that sticks out. That kind of is supposed to stick out like that. And then from there, what you can do is you can go in on either side with 2 smooth quartz blocks at the back, and you'll end up going back 2 and then back out 2, and then you'll just connect back with a single block to the doorways. There's more that's going to happen there. I'm going to leave the back wall for later, though, because the back wall's weird. And I don't like weird things particularly, so we're going to pretend it doesn't exist until I can overcome my fear of the weirdness. So, you want to place 7 rows of smooth quartz on top of all of that. Now, make sure you obviously leave gaps where the windows are. And you're going to end up with 2 rows of smooth quartz above the windows, which is close enough to correct. I mean, there's areas where it's more than 2, and there's areas where it is 2, but it's never less, so that's kind of, I guess, the big point. This is not a fun thing to do. I don't think anything in any tutorial I've ever made is that fun, particularly. But hey, if it gets you a cool-looking result, then sure. This build's a little different, though, because, I mean, obviously, if you've seen a lot of my tutorials, I generally don't double layer the walls like this, but I wanted the inside of this one to be just a little different. A little bit better, a little bit more of a whoa moment, and a little bit more of something that you can look at and be like, yes, that's epic and awesome, and I want to not live there, because I don't think you would live in a church necessarily. Well, that's a thing people have done, probably. I don't know. I don't really use the internet to look at things like that, although I'm sure somebody here does. Anyway, I'm gonna do this, and then I'll be back in, like, 14 days, aka 14 minutes, or aka less than that, because it doesn't take that long. Alright, cool and epic, or something along the lines of that. You should have this, kind of, sort of, hopefully. I would like to say, though, with these back walls here, you should probably bring those up with smooth quartz as well, just because, it'll be cool. So, now what you want to do is at the top left and top right blocks of each window, you want to place an upside-down smooth quartz slab. You're gonna notice that it's a little bit of a tint change from the blocks, which is a little annoying, but I can't do anything about that, and... I mean, unless you really want to go around and make all of the smooth quartz blocks out of double smooth quartz slabs, you could do that, and that would, I think, fix it. I don't know. Minecraft Bedrock slabs are so absolutely bugged, but you just want to do that on all the windows. If you want to even do it on these back two, let me make sure. No, because the other one is birch. So yeah, you can do it on the back too if you want, even though we don't have the smooth quartz there. I guess if you want to make the smooth quartz go up to this rose strip mangrove, including the rose strip mangrove, maybe. Yeah, I guess you don't have to do the rose strip mangrove. Yeah, if you want to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's gonna. Huh? Oh, never mind, because it should be 8 total. I'm stupid. It's gonna end up being 1 row taller than the window. But it's easy to just do this, and you only have to do 2 rows on the inside. You can leave the strip mangrove alone. Which I'm debating whether or not I want to actually leave it alone. I think it'll make more sense if we do, but also don't. It's weird. It's really weird. We'll get to that later, I guess, but yeah, I'll leave it as that. So now what you can do is, we don't have smooth quartz stairs, do we? We don't. That's always a fun time when we don't have the block we need. Okay, that's whatever. Get rid of, never mind, don't get rid of anything. We're gonna ignore that. So, actually, okay, here's what we're gonna do. You wanna, where you have the little extrusion on either side, you want to, the block in front of it, you can place sideways the oak logs coming out of this little corner block until you have 3 blocks remaining in the middle. Which, spoiler alert, it's just gonna, the oak logs are gonna stop after they've been over 1 block of the red wool. And then in the middle, you'll just place 3 oak planks. Not exactly difficult. In front of those 3 oak planks, you can place oak slabs. And then, what I would do is I would essentially fill in this entire back area in with oak logs as the floor. Underneath the dark oak doors, you can make it oak logs if you want to go through that effort. It doesn't technically matter, but it's going to annoy me, so I am going to switch it. I don't know why I didn't tell you to do it originally with that, but whatever. It's apparently not my problem. Well, it is my problem, because I was the one that told you to do that, and I scammed you. But, yeah, it wouldn't be the first time. I guess we don't need oak slabs, so I can't get rid of those. Do we? We might. No, we do. I'm stupid. We don't need oak planks, but we need slabs. So, essentially, don't ever listen to anything I tell you, because it's typically wrong. Anyway, assuming you have oak slabs. You should have this. You don't need those 2 blocks filled in. It doesn't matter. So, behind each oak plank, you want to place an oak slab. Easy enough. Bring it out on each side by 1, and then you want to take both sides you want to do this with. Just make sure you switch the lefts and the rights, depending on which side you're going. On the left, you're going left, right, you're going right. But from this left side, you go back diagonally, left 1, back diagonally, left 1, back diagonally, left 1, and then back 2. And you want to just start with that on both sides. So you have this. Now, you want to bring those ends in by, or towards the center by 2. Those, I guess, back wall ends. And then you'll go forward 1, in 1, forward 1, and then connect across. And that should leave you with 5 blocks here, which is correct. And then you can just fill in the middle of this oak slab little smile. I didn't even realize it was a smile. That's kind of funny. Man, I don't like this set. This set is annoying me. You can get rid of your strip mangrove logs, your oak slabs, and your oak planks. And I swear you don't need them this time. And you can get out smooth quartz stairs, but move them back so they're next to your smooth quartz blocks, because that is just going to be helpful. And I'll call it dark. Okay, yeah. Dark oak planks, dark oak stairs, and dark oak slabs. That will be our new set. Kind of new, I guess. I don't really know. We need... Never mind, we have spruce planks. I'm stupid. If you want to rearrange this so they're kind of lined up better, I would recommend doing that. They don't really matter against each other. It's just if you want to have them organized properly, that would probably be smart. Like, I like it like this. I like it's or block stair slabs just because I find that easier. So, from these sticky outy bits, again, these things are our worst enemy and our best friend at the same time. You want to take not the top block, but 1 down on either side. And you want to place at the front an upside down smooth quartz stair facing in. Bring it up with a block, in with a block, in with an upside down stair, up with a block, in with a block, in with an upside down stair, in with an upside down slab, up with a block, in with an upside down stair, up with a block, in with an upside down stair, up with 2 blocks, and then you should go left with a block and they will connect. So I will go over it again because funnies, from this second row here. It'll be upside down stair, up with block, and in with block, in with upside down stair, up with block, in with block, in with upside down stair, in with upside down slab, up with block, in with upside down stair, up with block, in with upside down stair, and then up with 2 blocks. Like that. And man, that's a really weird one to actually make a call for. I'm just thinking, because we have these dark oak things that go around, and okay, I'm gonna just tell you to bring all that smooth quartz up until it touches deep set tiles. Most of this isn't gonna be needed, but it is nice to have it because it'll give us essentially a clear-cut difference between the front and the back, because the back's got some weird things going on, which we're gonna have to change materials again for that, I just realized. We can never get away with not changing materials, even though we'll still need all... Well, we need dark oak for the back. I might be able to get away with that, actually. Yeah, there's no dark oak on the back. Oh, I see a dog. It's my dog, by the way. Now, the roof pattern is kind of simple. You want to take... On the front portion, the back is different, but the front portion specifically, you want to, from the smooth quartz, you'll go just up diagonally in with the row of spruce planks. It basically perfectly follows this, but it gets a little weird as you get up. So then you'll go in with the upside down slab, up diagonally in with plank. Hold on, wait, let me just count this. Okay. In with upside down slab, up diagonally in with plank, in with upside down slab, up diagonally inward with plank, in with upside down slab, up with plank, up diagonally inward with upside down stair, up with plank, up diagonally inward with upside down stair, up with plank, and then upward diagonally inward with a plank, which that should be the center block. And you're just copying that on the other side. Again, it pretty much perfectly follows the roof. There's just like this one area here that is kind of weird, but it's not really crazy hard. That's the pattern you should have. Now, obviously, you're going to just, like, slap into this, which is fine. But, outside of slapping into things, bring this all the way forward and all the way backward. And when you bring it all the way forward, make sure your smooth quartz peak kind of aligns properly. If anything, honestly, I would just take both sides and just completely fill this in with smooth quartz, just to kind of coat the front wall. And then from there, it'll give you, again, a surface to just work off of, and instead of having to build it as you go. But yeah, just make sure everything is spruce. We're going to end up adding dark oak over this, which is going to get weird because there's going to be a couple things you're going to have to destroy. But I wouldn't really focus on that. I mean, if you want to wait and see, then you can, because it's going to be a time lapse anyway, so it's not like you're going to really hurt much by pausing or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna do this, have a great time while doing it, hopefully, and I'll be back in like 5 or 10 minutes. I don't know, it depends how long it takes me. This is the point where you might want some night vision real quick. But yeah, once you've done that, you should have something that looks kind of like this whenever I get my night vision on. Whoop. There you go. Now it's time for another not so fun part. This part's a little bit better though, and I think it really makes this roof actually kind of look good. So, most windows have a 3-block gap going on between them. Well, between them, yes. But, essentially, off of each window by 1 block from the top row, you want to place an upside down dark oak stair, and they're going to be as follows. And make sure you're going to have one directly up against this little extrusion at the back and this just up against the front wall. Making sure, again, they are all on the same line. Don't ignore the front and the back windows because those don't have these. These are specifically for the sides to kind of give the roof a little bit more go into it rather than just that. But, yeah, so it should look like this, kind of. From each of these stairs, you want to go up with 2 planks, in with an upside down dark oak stair, up with a plank, in with a plank, in with an upside down slab, up with a plank, in with a plank, in with an upside down slab, up with a plank, in with a plank, in with an upside down slab, yeah. Up with a plank, which, by the way, pretty much every plank here you're having to destroy a block for. In with an upside down stair. Up with 2 planks. In with an upside down dark oak stair. Up with 2 planks, and then you will place a plank in the middle with 1 on top. Again, just like any upside down slabs, you're gonna have to destroy for those planks, which is fine. And make sure you do that on all of them. This is a fun pattern. I'm not gonna go over it again because what I would recommend doing is just, like, looking like this. Essentially, you're just kind of sticking a block out from the spruce at all times. It's the only part that could be weird is, where it turns into a stair thing, which is just, once you hit this kind of slab with the plank on top, it'll just be in with a stair from there, and then the party continues, and you don't want to do that. There's a lot of these, and I feel like this is one of those points where I'm gonna say I'll be back in a moment once this is done. Have fun with it, or don't, honestly. I'm not gonna have fun with it, I can tell you that. What did I just do? Hold on, you guys get to witness me being weird, and not weird, but stupid. Well, stupidly weird. There we go. Those are the arches you're looking for, though. I almost say the underside of a crab. Don't ask where that came from. I look at crabs sometimes. I don't know. I've done my fair share of crabbing and stuff like that. So I've looked at the underside of crabs a lot. Because, you know, you'd like to know if they are a male or a female crab. What would this be? I think this should be female, I think. Because the males are thinner. I don't know. That was really out of nowhere. Especially on a church tutorial talking about crabs. But anyway, that was extremely sidetracked. I'll be back in a minute when all this is done. Here's the thing you should have. I don't know, that's what it looks like. Is there anything important to note? I really don't think so. Yeah, there you go. Now, I want to focus on this back section because we haven't yet. So, I feel like a good starting point would be, I want to make sure that is actually a logical choice. Sure, why not? You want to take the smooth quartz that you have and just bring it up to the top. All of it, actually, including this little extrusion, which you're literally bringing up a block. But a block is a block, you know? You gotta respect it. Is this roof different? I thought it was different, but it might not be. I don't think this one clings as closely to the top as the other one did. So, from either one of these rows, you want to go... You decide you want to go inward diagonally with a smooth quartz block. It's going to sit inside the oak like that. You want to bring it up by 5? I said like it was a question. That's not a question. Then place a smooth quartz stair on top, and then place a smooth quartz block inside of that stair. Bring said block up by 1. Then up with a stair. Oh, God. Then in with a block. then up with a block, then up with a stair, then in with a block, and then up by 2, and then you can just fill in everything in between, including these rows here. These rows are important because you want to make sure when you're looking through this window, there's no gaps on the side, and they are filled in with preferably smooth quartz. That looks awful, though, and we're gonna fix it in a second, don't worry. But the back layer of smooth quartz, you can now bring the rest of the way, kind of behind this, just so that way you have no gaps. And yeah, it does not follow it perfectly because there's like a 2-block gap there instead of a 5 or whatever, or I guess I don't know. We'll figure it out, I guess, together. I was pretty sure that I made it different, but I also feel like I didn't. I don't know, maybe I switched my mind. Changed my mind, not switched my mind. Well, worry about the birch in a second here. It technically doesn't matter, so we don't have to do it. But, is it the same? No, it's not the same. I knew it. Oh, it starts lower, that's why. So, on either side here, we have this deep slate tile visible. Guess what? It's a scam. You want to count down a block and then place your spruce planks across. Then you'll go in with the upside down slab row, up diagonally in with plank, in with upside down slab, up diagonally in with plank, in with upside down slab, in up diagonally in with plank, in with upside down slab, up with plank. It's like the same, isn't it? Upward diagonally in with upside down stair, up with plank, up diagonally in with upside down stair, up with plank, and then up diagonally with a plank, which should be the center. Which is correct, and it's the same one down the other side. So instead of being directly up against, there's like a block of a gap there. You can just look, because this isn't really a huge section anyway. And then this whole thing is spruce, going front to back. There is no... what are those things called again? I forgot. The little dark oak things. They don't actually have a name. At least I didn't give them a name. They probably do have a name in architectural terms, but I'm not that smart. So, I really should learn architectural terms just so I can absolutely show off in this. Be like, oh yeah, the winged spire. Like, that's probably not what it's called. But just so I could, you know, give some actual terms in case anybody's curious, or in case anybody thinks I'm stupid, then I can pretend I'm smart, at least to that extent. Which I guess it's smart to say something to pretend you're smart when you're not actually smart. Is that how that works? I don't know. This is why you don't let me get on tangents, guys. It turns into that. Not the block placing. That was a whole different problem. The whatever I just said. Anyway. There you go. We should probably finish out our inventory set before we move on to things. This part's not really fun or exciting. However, it's a thing that you need to do. Come back to the actual front, which is the door, and you want to face towards it and pretend like it's the back. Don't ask why. It's just how I like to tell you to do things. Off of either side of the dark oak by 1, except off the back wall by 3, I guess the front wall by 3, back, front, whatever this wall is called, you'll place a row of spruce stairs. And it's going to be, what, 6 long? Yes, 6 long, because it's going to be 1 off either side, and there'll be a 3-block gap from that window there. And you're going to, every 1 block, or every second block, you're going to do another row of these until you have 4 rows available at the front, and then you'll stop. I don't have a number for you, and I'm not going to give you a number of these because it doesn't matter. But just make sure you end on 4, which is there. Essentially, you're ending just short of that window there. And you want this on both sides. This is really easy, but not a fun time. Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't really help. I'm not going to cut this out. I feel like I've tortured you guys enough with cuts. This interior is a lot of just processes. It's not a lot of, like, minor things. It's a lot of just, here, fill in this entire thing in for 15 minutes. Not actually. I don't think any of the sections have taken me 15. It's been, like, 5. But either way, I think you get the point that I'm trying to make. It's not really as intricate. Well, it's intricate. But it's not, like, it's more repetitive than most of my interiors would be. Because, well, you know, you got different rooms going on. This is just one giant room with a repeating pattern to it. Like, that's not really fun to make. But it looks cool, so. And again, I don't really do these in tutorials, but you can, well, sometimes I will during, like, time lapses. You can structure block things to make them work better. Like, if you have a row of lights or something, you can structure block those. Oh, I made one too many. Or if you, like, you know, you make half the build. Since this is basically perfectly symmetrical, you can just, you know, copy it over. Obviously, there are things like, the window that aren't. But I think that's the only thing that isn't symmetrical, actually, on the entire build. I'm glad I looked up, because that roof needs to be done. Yeah, let's do this. This, like, little front room here. For one, it's got a roof, and for two, that window has an inside layer. But what you want to do is you want to... God, this is a weird thing to figure out. Okay. So, you want to... Essentially, on the first row of terracotta of this top peak here, you want to place upside down spruce stairs on either side. Like that. You're just coating the inside from here with spruce, like, I don't really know. It's planks and upside down stairs. It's what we've been doing the whole time here. I don't know why I placed 2 rows there. But yeah, it's like that. And then, get rid of your dark oak planks to get our dark oak trapdoors for a second. And essentially, this little circular window, you want to do what you did on the outside on the inside. It's the same pattern. So just a stair in each corner, and then the trapdoors connecting the stairs together and also popping out a little bit. Like... Did I do that right? I think so. Yeah, like that. I can never tell. You want that, basically. And then I would place a row of terracotta here in these gaps, because, yeah. Yeah, there you go. Now you can clear your inventory, and we can start actually working on fun stuff. Not really. Get out birch planks, birch stairs, and I feel like that's it for that. I want to make sure you don't need birch slabs before I tell you to not get out any other birch things. Correct, you do not need birch slabs. However, you do need some nether brick stuff. Well, not only nether brick. You want to also get out a couple deep slate walls, nether brick fence, nether brick slabs, lanterns. I believe you need nether brick walls. You do not. And actually, you do need nether brick walls. I lied. You don't need them for the lights, but you need them for something else. So I'll get them out. And I'll call it, just for the funnies, candles and flint and steel, assuming you don't want to set the whole build on fire, because you shouldn't do that. Candle color doesn't matter. I just pick normal candles because, I don't know. I think it's preferable if you do either normal or white, but it really doesn't matter. Let's start with the thing that we should start with, aka the window here. So where you have these 5 kind of oak slabs visible here, you want to place a row of birch planks filling in that gap, or I guess oak logs visible, I should say. Bring it up a row, and then bring either side of birch. And then you can bring each side up with 4 birch planks. Place a birch stair on top that should be facing outward. Go in with an upside down stair. Up with a stair, and then place a birch plank in the middle. And that's going to kind of finish off that back wall, which is cool and awesome and epic if you think it's any of those things. Now, surrounding the stage, you want to place candles. And I'll show you where these go specifically. Just... not off the row of 5 or the row of 3, but off the rows of 2 and that little 1 diagonal there. You're going to place candles, and I would make them bunches of 4. Or you could do differing. I actually did bunches of 2 originally. So, you know, I guess do whatever. I'm going to do 2 again to keep it consistent, but just like that. And I do it on both sides. So it's just in front of the row of 2 and that 1 diagonal, and then going back in the 2. And again, make sure you light them with flint and steel. But don't light your build on fire, because that's a lot of wood that's going to go bye-bye pretty quick. Except I think at least the roof and the floor are separate, because that would really cause problems, wouldn't it? But yeah. Oh, there goes my night vision. I'm going to actually give myself that back again, because we haven't done lights yet. Off the front sides of the stage here, we have little extrusions. You're going to kind of go inward, or forward diagonally inward by 1 and place 4 nether brick walls moving up. The 3rd nether brick wall up, you'll bring left and right by 1 like that, and it'll give you crosses. You can place structure voids and stuff off of these if you want, so those side ones don't have that weird little notch at the top. You can just place structure voids on top of them. Doesn't really matter. That would be more cross-shaped, but it is up to you. Now, for the lights, I believe they're all the same, but let me make sure that the one in the main entrance is the same as well. That one's a little different. That one gets weird, so we're gonna ignore that one because you also need another material for that. Well, we need more anyway. But the area that I'm looking at least you're ignoring. So, in the main area, every other dark oak kind of weird winged shape, you're going to place a cobble deep slate wall at the top of. I'm skipping the first one, so you're doing the second and the fourth and the sixth. Because then you don't have to do it against walls. And from each of these, which you can actually structure block these chandeliers if you want. Oh, let me count this real quick. 1, 2... That's not what I wanted to do. I'm screwing up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You want to go down with 8 nether brick fence from this. Just like that. You can, I guess if you want to place a lantern on the underside, you can, although you can wait as well. Off the second fence from the bottom, you will place just one off of each straight side, which is basically left, right, forward, backward. And then you can, again, place lanterns on the underside of those. Next row up, it's essentially a square around it. So left, right, and then the left, right, forward, back, and the diagonals. And again, the lanterns on the kind of corner sides. And then on top of each corner nether brick fence, you want to place a nether brick slab. And then in the middle, you can place upside down nether brick slabs, which will kind of, you can just place off the fence. And it'll give you this effect, which it looks kind of evil, I'm going to be honest. I thought about changing the color, but I kind of did like the nether brick, so I rocked with it. So again, you should have the deep slate wall, or the couple deep slate wall in each of them already. You just go down with a fence, lantern, and then it's off the straight sides, and then the next row will be off all the sides. It's not really a complicated design when you break it down. There's nothing wild going on. It looks kind of weird and wild, but it's not much going on. And then it's just the slabs going on top. And then in the main entrance, it's the same, basically, but the top is a little different, the way that it connects to the ceiling. Just like this. And they shouldn't obstruct views too much from the seats, because they aren't really that low-hanging, but they're low-hanging enough to actually change the lighting, so that was kind of my main goal. I was like, I really want these to actually do something for the lighting. And then I guess get rid of your birch planks and birch stairs and get a polished basalt and end rods you're going to need for something in a second here. Where are they? I don't know. It's a good question. I know they're in here somewhere. I just don't know where. There they are. We'll ignore the end rod thing for now, though. You want to come back inside the main entrance, and in the top center here block, you're going to want to place 2 polished basalt moving down. Yay. And then below that, you want to place 6 cobble deep slate walls. And then down from that, you want to place... Actually, the lamp is a little different, or the chandelier. You want to place 5 nether brick fence. Lantern underneath, and then the second fence up. It's going to be just off each straight side with lanterns underneath, and nether brick slabs on top. And that's where that one ends. That one's a little bit shorter. And less cool, but it's still cool enough, I guess. There you go. Honestly, if I have enough room to always use this, I'm always using this, because this looks so nice. I love this. Who is... Oh. It sounded like a text message notification, but it was not. So, at the top of the roof, I'm going to remove my night vision for this so I can prove my point here. Okay, well, this screws it up, but, which I guess you can change it if you want. You can see the middles of the like, center of the roof is kind of dark. So what I did was I just placed end rows along this top row here of the spruce, and it really doesn't line up evenly, unfortunately. So you're gonna like start with an end rod with the light gray in the wall, and then end with it not, which is fine. But yeah, I just placed them up here because this part of the roof looked dark, and it kind of felt like it was making everything feel a little weirder. So I did add these lights just so it lit that up, and you can do it in the back as well. Let me check if I did. I don't recall if I did or not. I feel like I should have done something, right? Surely. But you can see how much that changes it, because it really just brings a little bit more to that kind of, I guess, upper portion of the roof. I did not do it on the back. You can if you want. It doesn't really matter. We're not done, though, because there's always more. We gotta finish the stage. I'm gonna tell you to get out oak slab once you've cleared inventory. I'm gonna tell you to get out oak slabs. You need more than that. I'm just saying that. Also, get back out dark oak planks. We don't have dark oak planks, but get them back out, or get them out. Get out dark oak stairs, a lectern, and a book and quill to put in the lectern. You can make it actually a book or something. Heck, if you want to copy paste the Bible into a book and quill, go for it. But anyway, from the stage you want to, on the middle kind of row here, so you have two over either side. In the center block, you'll place another oak slab to make it a full block, and then place one either side. In front of that, break the oak slabs and replace them with dark oak planks. And you're going to want to place off either side dark oak plank an upside down dark oak stair that faces towards the center here of this. And then in that middle, you will need placeholders. In the middle, you will place a lectern facing backward with a book and quill in it. And again, if you really want to write something in it, you can. I didn't because I don't really feel the need to. But, yeah, once you've done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is your Refresh Series church interior complete. This might be the nicest looking interior I've ever made. Which probably isn't saying much. My interiors aren't crazy. But, I mean, yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, let me know what you guys think of this one and leave me other suggestions. Refresh Series, do not leave suggestions for, because those are going in order. Next is Starbucks, which I have started, but I'm not liking how it's going, so that may take a little while as well to get perfected and see how I want to approach it. But, yeah, with that being said, have a fantastic rest of your day or night, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.